So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to make useless pieces useful. So if you guys enjoy designing Lego creations like me, you probably know that there's certain pieces that we use more than others. And I asked a lot of you guys on Instagram, what are some pieces that you just can't really seem to use in builds, pieces that usually just sit in your collection and don't really have a use. And because of that, we have a top 5 list. As you guys know, I do a lot of top 10 videos, but I'm doing only 5 in particular today because this is actually broken down as a collaboration with my boy Sacred. So I have done 5 on this channel and he has done 5 on his channel. So go check him out. He has some awesome tips and tricks. So anyway, let's dive right into this.
I need dollar, that's what I need.
So for number 1, we have net pieces. Now, a lot of you guys have told me that net pieces seem to be pretty useless, but what a lot of people don't understand, you can do something really super cool with net pieces and make bending Lego. Now, bending Lego can actually come in a lot of cool forms. My personal favorite, and I'm pretty new to this area of building myself, but it is creating terrain. The look of this really has a 3-dimensional appearance, which is really super cool and hard to accomplish normally when you're building. So how to build this? Basically, take a net piece, place a plate of any size on the bottom and have it so the studs basically come through each of the grids. From there, take some studs of any color and connect it onto the plate. Take an extra plate of the same size as the bottom one and then put it on top. Now, this is kind of tedious work, but you're going to want to do it to the entire net. And then from there, we have bending Lego. I need to give a huge thanks to my boy Dan the Fan, because he actually showed me this trick. Go check him out. Subscribe to him right now because I'm dead serious. He has some amazing content. And then next up, I got a lot of people telling me how much they disliked stickered and printed pieces. And I can totally agree with that. Stickered and printed pieces are just those types of pieces that seem to, be in a bin that sits in the very back of your, all of your pieces, and you never really seem to use them. So there's many ways to use these pieces, and the main thing is you just got to think creatively. You don't necessarily have to use the stickered or printed pieces in the way that they were designed. For example, if you have a bunch of these 2x2 printed and stickered tile pieces from various themes, you think that they have to match that theme when you're building, but in reality, you can simply take the design and pattern of that piece and use it in creative ways. Like, as you can see, I'm a huge sucker for collecting records, so I created this record bin that you could probably find in a record store, and I used the patterns and designs of these 2x2 tiles as, representations of album covers. If you're making a boy's bedroom, for example, that's like supposed to be really super messy and it has a bunch of posters everywhere on the wall, you can use some stickered and printed tiles and whatnot to accomplish that. Now, this is a really fun, simple, and easy one, but that is transparent studs. Now, particularly, I'm talking about transparent white as well as different shades of transparent blue. These pieces are great for splashing into a build to create water effects, and I think using transparent studs instead of standard opaque tiles really makes this build pop and also creates a more realistic water effect. It's a really fun and enjoyable trick to use, and I'd recommend it to a lot of people. Now, this next one is pretty interesting, but fire pieces. So fire pieces tend to only have one use, and that is using it as fire. But what I've learned and what a lot of people have told me is you can actually use this to create cool lava effects. Whether you have the plumed ones or the standard fire pieces that are pretty tall, you can just splash these in and create some cool lava tricks. And then finally, minifigure legs. So a lot of people have told me they have extra minifigure parts lying around in their collection that they don't really use, and some of these include legs. Now, legs are something that people tend to underestimate because legs are not just legs, but they can also be used for really super cool detailing effects. And as you can see, what I've done here, I actually used it for this window design, and this is only the tip of the iceberg because you could do so many other things with this, but specifically designing and creating cool shapes to a build, especially if you're like a sucker for architecture like me, these can come in handy a lot. So there you go, guys. That was the video. Make sure you go check out my boy Sacred, which I will link down below. He has some really insightful tips and tricks that you're going to want to check out. In the meantime, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, like this video, and comment down below your thoughts if I missed anything. Catch you on the flippity flop, and like always, keep on building.